And welcome back for our second panel. The first panel was very, very encouraging. We learned a lot about what is going on within our region. They actually talked about a lot of the things that our partner higher ed education that you guys already do in preparing the workforce, right? That is one of our main focuses. Not only do we partner with our business and industry to ensure that we know what they need and when they need it, but we do partner also with our higher ed partners. They're the ones, as Mindy mentioned, who work with business and industry, consistently have conversations to know exactly what skill sets do the people coming out of our institutions need. So we're going to learn a little bit about that today, and I want to introduce our panel. From Nunez Community College, we have Dr. Tina Tenney. From Southeastern Louisiana University, we have Dan McCarthy. From North Shore Technical Community College, we have Chuck Crabtree. And from Tulane School of Science and Engineering, we have Matt Barrios. We are going to have a short question and answer period. And then I want to leave a little time at the end so that you all can also ask some questions. But we want to know a little bit more about not only their institutions, but some of the programs that they are offering, how their programming has evolved based on the needs of those that are within our business and industry. So let's kind of take a little tour and learn a little bit about that. So our first question is, what type of course offerings do you currently have that would be of interest to students that want to pursue careers in aerospace or advanced manufacturing? Whoever would like to. I think it's on. Chuck, check.
Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. Again, I'm Chuck Crabtree. I'm Director of Advanced Manufacturing at North Shore Technical Community College. Just full disclosure, I also teach a couple of courses as an adjunct over at Southeastern. So there's a little crossover there. Hopefully we can build pathways from 2-year to 4-year institutions that way. So for as far as North Shore Technical Community College, much like Nunez and sister colleges like Nunez and Delgado, we offer the traditional welding, electrical, HVAC, things like that, automotive. But we've also kind of morphed some of our programs into advanced manufacturing as well. So that's the area that I'm focused in. But I would say that any of the previously mentioned types of degree programs will give you a good solid foundation in learning about physics and electricity and the kinds of things that you'll need for an aerospace or advanced manufacturing type of program.
Perfect.
Oh, I failed to mention IT.
Yes.
So IT is another. Computer science and IT are, of course, necessary. And with all of the talk of AI going on these days, it's especially important for students to understand how to properly use AI.
We had a kind of invaluable discussion earlier where Mindy with SSE Steel was talking about the humanoid robot opportunity that they have. But that panel also really stressed that AI is not here to take jobs. It's here to make sure that we actually are able to kind of hone in on some additional skill sets to know how to operate it, to know how to run it. And then they'll kind of come alongside us, right, to make jobs easier, but not to really take jobs. So that was really encouraging, I think, for our panelists to convey to all of our audience.
Absolutely, I agree with that. The world's going to need the people to do the jobs as well. At Tulane School of Science and Engineering, Tulane itself offers obviously many different disciplines within the School of Science and Engineering. I think in particular for aerospace and advanced manufacturing, the engineering degrees that we offer are very valuable. We offer 3 ABET accredited degrees currently in engineering physics, my home department, biomedical engineering, and chemical and biomolecular engineering. We also offer now minors in mechanical engineering and electrical engineering, material science, and a number of other disciplines that you could minor in. We also have an AI for all minor now if you want some knowledge of AI to be able to apply to any given field. And we have fresh on the books, we have master's programs now in mechanical and electrical engineering with potential thrusts in advanced manufacturing, sustainable energy, things of that nature. So really happy that we're growing in these actual particular areas.
Hi, Tina Tinney from Nunez Community College. And Nunez Community College is unique in that we have the only advanced manufacturing program specifically targeting aerospace. So it's aerospace manufacturing technology. Many people do not know that we have the program, but it is a specific program that leads to opportunities in aerospace with our partners. And so many folks have no idea of the number of partners in aerospace investment that's happening here in Louisiana. Some of it historic with Boeing at the Michoud Assembly Facility, and they have the contracts for SLS. And we will celebrate the launch in April, I believe, of Artemis 2. That's coming up very soon. Our students helped build that rocket. And so you can begin at Nunez and have pathways into those companies. In addition to Boeing, there's Vivace that's now building Star Lab. They're located there. We have Conversations, Firefly, Relativity Space. It's a large circle in terms of aerospace opportunities. And so, through our doors, you can get to their doors. You can begin with us. Our program is a 2-year program, but it has multiple exit points. So you have a certificate of technical studies, you have a technical diploma, and then an associate's degree. At that point, the last year, if you do the 2-year program, the last year, there's an internship opportunity. But truly, you can go straight into the workforce through there. We've graduated over 300 people, and the program was begun in 2018. But we also build in the stackable credentials because we always want people to have upward mobility. And so, for example, we have when Mr. Crabtree talked about pathways. So one of our students that we really celebrate, but she's a prime example. She started at Chalmette High School as a dual enrollment student, came to Nunez, got her associate's degree. She's now at UNO in mechanical engineering. And she's come back to us to get the internship to go to Boeing. So it's those kinds of credentials, stackables, the value add with lots of transferable skills. In addition to the sort of niche, I'm hearing the word artisan types of advanced manufacturing occupations. So those are very specific. You'll hear it in maritime, you'll hear it in aerospace, but it is a compilation of opportunities. We do have the welding, we have the HVAC, which is very necessary, the electrical, the cybersecurity. There's an entire host of opportunities through credentials that the aerospace industries are looking for.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm Dan McCarthy at Southeastern. I'm the Dean of Science and Technology, and we offer so many different paths that can contribute to this industry. We're the third largest university in the state, and so we got a lot of programming. In my college, we've got industrial technology. Within industrial technology, we have drafting and design, supervision, and this is the really unique one, a BS in welding technology. Only thing like in the state. Most welding ends at 2 years. Ours goes to 4. The closest 4-year degree to that is Ohio State. And that's actually engineering. Ours is welding technology. And every graduate in that program right now has passed, is a certified welding inspector. So welding inspectors come of our program. Obviously hugely important to all aerospace industry. We also have engineering technology, which is kind of in between industrial technology and engineering. It's not as mathematically dense as engineering is, but you still need to know enough science. You have to take calculus. We have mechatronics in there. We've got an energy concentration, computer, mechanical, and electrical. So a lot of things that can apply to many different areas there. Another really unique program, what we do at Southeastern is we try to find spots that are empty. And one program we have there is called Occupational Safety, Health, and Environment. And there's nothing else like it in the state. I mean, in the region. I think the next one's maybe 500 miles away. And that is ABET accredited, as all our programs. But these are your safety professionals. And what we found is that companies were hiring people, and then they have to train to be safety professionals. It's like, wait, you're a school. You should do the training. So we said, okay. So we have a BS in that, very unique degree. And another one program that really can contribute to aerospace is our physics degree. Our BS in physics, what's unique about it, Matt and I are having a conversation, we're going to follow up on this, is we have this 2.5 program with UNO and LSU where they take 2.5 years in physics, then they transfer to either UNO or LSU and get an engineering degree in mechanical engineering or electrical, and they end up with 2 degrees. So it's a really good pathway. It's a nice way to, if you don't know which engineering you want, it's a great way to start off, and you end up with the extra degree. So I was talking to Matt saying, you guys are highly selective. There's a lot of people that probably want to come to this area and get an engineering degree. This way, they may be able to come to Southeast for 2.5 years, then transfer to Tulane, and boom, we're then attracting workforce into the area and attracting talent to the area, which I think is a huge mission of higher ed. Higher ed is supposed to draw and nurture talent. So that's one thing we do.
And if I'm not mistaken, there has been a program or maybe like a feeder program developed between North Shore Technical and Southeastern recently, correct?
Oh yeah, we had Connected Success has been going on for like 10 years. I mean, it's a long time. We have really good relationships with our community college partners. I mean, really good ones. So North Shore, in fact, because they're so close to us, we would have North Shore students on our campus taking classes. And like, for example, when they needed developmental math, they'd be on our campus taking that. And then so being assimilated in with the campus, and it was a seamless transition into the 4-year experience here. So we've got great relations, all that. And when we design our programs, we try to make sure it matches up really well with one coming in there. We don't want them, when they come to us, we want them to only take 60 hours.
Right.
We don't want, if they come in and need 80 hours, we're doing something wrong. So we absolutely need to match up with them. So if an associate degree is coming out, we want seamless transition of the bachelor's.
Okay. That's exciting that our post-secondary partners are actually working for the benefit, right, of all of us who will be entering their institutions. Because sometimes when you're really not sure of where you want to go, you enter at the community college level, and then you start learning about these further partnerships and further degrees, and realize that you can get your associate's degree and then directly transfer because they've already worked on the back end to ensure that the credits are transferring. So that is really awesome to hear. So let me kind of further on that. Do you foresee, based on your knowledge of what's happening across the industries right now, do you foresee any necessary expansions to the programs that you're offering?
Yes, in fact, as I mentioned, at Tulane, we've instituted minors in mechanical and electrical engineering 2 years ago. This year, we instituted master's degrees in mechanical and electrical engineering, and I'm currently working on a proposal to reinstate bachelor's of mechanical engineering at Tulane. Still needs to go through the works, but I'm really excited about the potential of bringing that back. Along with that, the paths to advanced manufacturing and aerospace are pretty clear, right? They need those disciplines. Things move. That's mechanical. You need to power them. That's electrical, circuitry. So really key components to that. And so we're hiring faculty in those areas, and we are offering more and more courses in those areas. We're already sending students to those places. We have students working for Textron and Boeing and Northrop Grumman, SpaceX, NASA, you name it. We have students that go there already, but these programs provide even more structure to get them there.
I would say we're always not just expanding, but adapting. Every degree program I mentioned has an industrial advisory board. And so we meet with them every year, sometimes twice a year, and they come in and tell us what they need. And if we're not listening to them, we're not doing our job. So it's a very important thing. So a great example is we work with Interlocks, which is a huge
Andrew
Louisiana
was just
success.
here.
Yeah,
Yes.
Lake was based here. And they had some interns, and they said, they're great, but they're only doing 2D CAD. We need 3D SolidWorks. The next semester run SolidWorks. So it's a continual adaptation as to what's happening here. And so we're finding that in every degree. We can't do what we did 20 years ago. If we did, we'll be irrelevant. So it's expansion, but also adaptation. We have programs in place. It's hard to build a new program through the Board of Regents. It's much easier to take an existing one and update them. So we're doing a lot of that.
I'll just echo Dr. McCarthy's sentiments there. Yes, it's both. We are expanding, we are adapting as well. For expansion, it's following on the heels of so much industrial investment. And I was sharing with Dr. McCarthy, I've been in education for a long time and have never seen the amount of industrial investment in Louisiana and the opportunities to actually get a very well-paying job and stay here in Louisiana. And so in terms of where we are, we can't be all things to all people, but there are some niche industry sectors that we know we have to invest in because we need these companies to be successful. And so in the investments we're making, we have a little slogan. It says made in Louisiana, but ready for the world, because we know that the companies we're investing in, our students may live in Louisiana, but they may be offshore. They could be in the Gulf, in the ocean, in the Europe or the Middle East as they're working, right? And so the MAID is the maritime. So we're expanding, and we've invested in developing things to help support the Louisiana International Terminal, such as the maritime certifications for clerks and terminal operators. So that's one expansion. We also have advanced manufacturing in aerospace, and so we're investing there as well. We have the maritime, the D is the defense manufacturing. And so knowing with the welding, as you mentioned, we're doing things like the friction stir, orbital non-destructive testing. Those are the newest types of expansions that we're looking into and actually acquiring the equipment for. And then the E is the energy. And so we know we are an energy state. We've been historically oil and gas, but even that industry is changing. So we have to adapt. We just have put in we have the PTEC program, but we've invested in a $1 million LNG trainer. And so the LNG plants that are in the Plaquemines Parish were able to really provide a workforce that has that skill base when they enter into those programs. So 4 industry sectors, that's where we're doing our major investments and expansions in developing those curricula.
Yeah, and just to echo what everyone else is saying, we do need to be able to pivot and adapt to what the industry needs are. Again, we have industry advisory boards that we meet with twice a year for each of our programs, asking them not only what are the skills that you are looking for in first-time employees, but also what would you like to see out of our curriculum? What specifically do you want us to teach our students so that they can be ready day one, and you don't have as much onboarding to do. One of the areas that we are expanding in, I'm super excited about this, is robotic welding. So I'm actually teaching a robotic welding class on Friday mornings this semester, first time doing that. So it's traditional welders that are learning how to program a cobot, a collaborative robot. So that's expanding our reach a little bit, because now some of the companies that are already utilizing robotics in their welding departments can now look at one of our students' resumes and see that on there as well. In addition to that, we've got aluminum and stainless steel welding. So these specialty weldings, and like Dr. Tinney was mentioning about different specialties within an area and kind of subspecialties even to make it very niche, but also very important for that particular industry. We're also looking at supply chain management and logistics. We're opening up a new supply chain course. It'll just be the first couple of courses, and eventually it'll expand out into a CTS, or Certificate of Technical Studies. And we want to eventually branch that out into a full degree program, because there is a need for us to modernize our supply chain and have AI integrated into all of that as well. A couple other things really quick. The AI integration into our curriculum is already going on with advanced manufacturing. We do a thing called predictive maintenance rather than just preventative maintenance. PMing has been around for a long time. Change your oil every 3,000 miles or 5,000 miles, right? Whether it needs it or not. But that's preventative maintenance. But when you use AI systems to kind of monitor vibrations and noise and electrical outputs and things like that, you can actually maybe find out if there's something wrong before you even realize that there's something wrong, if that makes sense. So we're integrating that into our advanced manufacturing classes with robotics, mechatronics, and advanced manufacturing 1 and 2. And a lot of different expansion areas, but as everybody's mentioned here, it's all about trying to keep pace with what's going on in the landscape of the employment opportunities that are out there. Because at the end of the day, our emphasis is on student success. We want the students to be successful.
Absolutely. For those of you who were in our first session, as you can see, our 2-year and 4-year post-secondary institutions are directly doing what the employers are saying they need, right? Earlier today, you heard the positions that they're looking for: engineering. And I can tell you, in what we do in workforce development, we're hearing that a lot across the board, right? We want our students who are finishing in engineering in Louisiana to stay in Louisiana because the jobs are here. Then you also heard in the panel earlier, welders. Our skilled trades are a must for almost all of our business and industries that are here, especially within our region, right? If you love the Orleans region, the jobs are here. And those are some of the different skill sets they're adapting their sessions and their classes to make sure that you have what you need in order to go into these jobs and you're really ready. And those are very high demand, high wage jobs. So we're going to move on to our next question. Thank you so much. Do you normally coordinate programs and events with each other? And then how do you also interact with your local high schools?
So, in a previous life, I was the director of STEM outreach, which was K through 12 outreach and community outreach for North Shore Technical Community College. And we took our trailers, 40-foot trailer, air conditioned, out to various things like the air show and things like that. We even took it inside the Superdome at one point, which was a blast. So different events and just getting community awareness out there, because there are so many people that when you tell them about some of these different programs, they were just unaware of them. And even, when we go to high schools and we talk to students at the high school level, we want to make sure that they can make that transition to the next stage of their life, whatever that might be, whether it's going directly into the workforce and hopefully going back to school later,
Yes.
or going straight into a degree program, either at a 2 or a 4-year institution. So it's all about having that knowledge and being able to share that with students. My particular career path, by the way, was super circuitous. I've been lots of different things, worn lots of different hats, but one of the common threads all the way through that has opened doors for me has been math. And mathematics education is one of those things that I really push as far as like learning it not just as an academic skill, but as a life skill. So students that have that opportunity to learn math and apply it in things that are relevant to them, that makes it a little bit easier for them to see why it's necessary. But yeah, also some of the work that we've done in collaboration with other institutions, we've definitely worked, as Dr. McCarthy was talking about, with Southeastern, having our, I guess you would call it a bridge program with Connect to Success. They call it Direct Connect now. But also the Mechatronics Apprenticeship Program. We have an alum from that in the audience. And that was a program that was kind of conceived by Dr. Tenney and Dr. Carlson, who's at North Shore, and basically working together with our sister institutions and our industry partners to come up with a program that was both earn while you learn and relevant to the students. So they were able to go into an apprenticeship program and make a little bit of money while they were in it. And most of the students that finished that program went on to go and work in that company. So it's almost like a vetting process too for the company, right? You get 2 years to watch your student grow and see how they're doing. Anytime we can collaborate with each other, whether it's through business and industry collaborations with academics or with our academic partners or all three, it's a win-win, because we're doing this, again, for students to be able to get experiences and find out what it's really like to work in the real world.
Yes, at Tulane, the K-12 outreach is pretty expansive, and I actually teach a class where my senior capstone students go into high schools to help with their robotics teams. In fact, the first robotics clubs around the city, and so that's really rewarding for our students. It also helps to learn. Best way to learn, I think, is to teach.
Yes.
There's no way to learn something better than when you have to teach it to someone else. So I think that's a really valuable experience, but I want to highlight a couple of things. Tulane hosts the Boys at Tulane in STEM and Girls in STEM at Tulane, BATS and GIST. And these programs are for 5th to 8th grade students. $10, it's like a full day thing. They do workshops, they get a t-shirt, they get lunch, and they get to visit Tulane's campus and get in the environment, some really valuable activities. I've hosted some workshops there. it's really super fun, and the students really get engaged and have a good time and learn a little bit and get excited about STEM. The other thing I want to talk about is Tulane Science Scholars Program, where high school students can come to Tulane over the summer and get actual college credit with a 2-week course. We offer now courses that are non-credit, that are 1 week if you just want to kind of get your feet wet, maybe not so serious. Otherwise, you can get actual Tulane credits in 2 weeks with an intensive program, living on campus like a student, and really sort of immersive there. Plenty of scholarships offered, particularly to local students. So some real, I think, impressive things that we like to do and impactful for high school and other K-12 students.
So 2-part question, our work with K-12 and do we coordinate with each other? I'm going to answer the second one first.
Okay.
So working with our K-12 partners, we've expanded, particularly through our dual enrollment partnerships. Many people, we are located here in St. Bernard Parish in Chalmette, but the truth is we have a 7-parish region that we serve. So it's a big net because we have multiple programs across our sister institutions and many that we don't duplicate. And so we're able to provide access through our offerings, through dual enrollment, and have students understand what college coursework and the rigor and so forth looks like at an early age, and be able to get into some of these career pathways that otherwise they would not have had the opportunity to gain access to. So we have partnerships with 19 high schools now. We've expanded our reach, so we now are serving anywhere from 1,200 to 1,500 students each semester with dual enrollment opportunities. We bring them on campus. We had Love Your Community College that they can, down from 8th grade through 12th grade, to understand who we are and what we can offer. Just work in the summer with our Summer Career Exploration Academy so that they can get a taste of all the different programs, and we've done that very successfully over the past several years. So we're really working hard to try to bring visibility and awareness to the access through the 2-year sector, because the fact of the matter is, working collectively, we have to. I mentioned earlier, it's an all hands on deck to try to develop the workforce that's needed to be able to make our companies and business investments successful. So we have, as Mr. Crabtree said, the mechatronics program, we've collaborated and looked at resources that each of our institutions have so that we can collaborate and provide the best experience for our students. So we develop programs in conjunction with each other. We work with our 4-year partners. We have, I mentioned earlier, the P-TECH program. So we have an operational methanol distillation plant on our campus. So I know that Tulane Engineering has come so that they can look at the hands-on practical application after the applied engineering courses, so working in collaboration there. And then also making sure that any upward mobility, as I said, with engineering and so forth. I'm an alum of Southeastern, so I have a special bias there as well. But we have, similar to what North Shore and Southeastern have with that direct connect, we were working with UNO in conjunction to have our students have a pathway as well. And so we're always at the table. We are not in competition with each other. We are looking to provide access in whatever avenue results in having a student who is then marketable as a prospective employee to one of our companies.
Thank you. Yeah, I've already talked about collaborations already, but I mean, that's really just what we do. I mean, I met Matt, and 1 minute later, I'm saying, hey, let's set up a partnership. And that's just what is always on our radar here. But I do want to talk about outreach to high school. We do tons of dual enrollment, about 5,500 students a semester. And it's all over the place. We're down in St. Charles Parish. It's everywhere. And so that's an amazing opportunity to reach out with, it's like 35 or 40 schools, private schools as well. It's the whole gamut. And let them know what we have to offer here. A really interesting stat about Southeast, we just went through our centennial. And so we're going to graduate our 100,000th graduate this May. Of our 81,000 living grads, 75% work in Louisiana. So we truly our students get educated here, stay here, and work here, which is critically important. I'm sure very similar stories with Nunez and North Shore. Not quite sure about Tulane, but that's more of a national type thing.
We fight to keep our students here. We're trying. These kind of events really help, right? They show that we have the exciting kind of industries that we want our students to work in.
And Tina brought up a good point about not competing. We all occupy our own space and do a complementary. I don't feel that Southeastern is in competition with anyone. I mean, it's just we have a role. LSU has a role. Nunez has a role. We all have roles, and I firmly believe a stronger Nunez, North Shore, Tulane, UNO makes a stronger Southeastern. And so that's really kind of our mindset about this is, at least my mindset is, and I think it's, I've worked with these guys for years, same way there too.
I love that. And I know, and it may be the person that you talked about earlier, Dr. Tenney. One of our testimonials last year was a young girl. Our career fair was held in March. She was graduating in May with her high school diploma. And also that May, she was graduating with her associate's degree. So nothing is impossible. You have to want it. And the resources are here for you to actually take advantage of it, right? We have the business and industry here. We have the training here. It's here. We just have to want it so that we can actually take part in everything that there is to offer. So I'm going to do one more question, and then I'm going to open it up to see if any of our our participants have any questions for you. Do you utilize your area's workforce development entity? And if so, how has that been? And if not, how could we be more beneficial to you all?
I'll jump in. Oh yeah, we have a very close relationship with the EDAs. I mean, Michael Heck's a buddy of mine, and but also the local ones, Santana Parish Corporation. We know them. Tangi Economic Development. We know them very close. And again, they help inform our curricula. And so, when they are a great example was when they courted DXC here. And we were at the table, and because all they care about is workforce. And so if you're not bringing workforce, the companies aren't going to come. And I think the fact so many companies out there, if we did not have a vibrant workforce group through our higher ed, they wouldn't be coming to Louisiana. So it's always on our radar. I mean, when we have to create a new program, the Board of Regents says, what's the workforce need? And so that's what drives it. It really does drive pretty much most new curricula in here. So it's kind of behind all of our curricular actions, I'd say.
So yes, we do, very closely, so closely that you all have an office on our campus.
Thankful.
So, and we are too, because it's that type of opportunity where we can offer students access to wraparound services that they may have not had any idea that they could tap into, so that they can be successful while they undergo the training. So we rely on Tri-Parish Works to be able to assess a student who may need support with transportation or childcare or any type of support that would make them more successful as a student. In terms of the economic development, we know that the workforce development, economic development, that's a hand-in-glove type of relationship. So we work very closely with all of our economic development partners, along with our workforce boards, to inform us of what those workforce indices look like in our area, so that we can be informed for curricula and be able to really formulate some partnerships too. And so that's critical. It's not only being that connector for our students to the opportunities, but also the connector to us with some of the business and industry partners and what's happening in the region. So we appreciate that relationship, and certainly in terms of anything else you can do, just continue that work, because we are, as Dr. McCarthy alluded to earlier, like, we're as strong as the industry partners. We can't create curriculum on our own and say, this is what we built. They have to inform it, and then we have to be nimble and respond to it. So it is constantly relationships that have to be fostered, and that they're in flex, so that we don't become just, as you said, not relevant to what they need.
Yes, I think Tulane has a growing relationship with Tri-Parish Works. This event has been really fantastic. I have a couple of students here today. I think last year I didn't, so obviously we're getting some growth there. But also we were informed of a Textron event, a hiring event that a lot of our students were informed about. So these kind of initiatives are really useful for us to get the word out, as I mentioned previously, that there are some really cool jobs and really cool companies in this region, and it's worth sticking around. And it's worth for our local students to come and attend these universities because we have connections with the industry. So I think those kind of things are really important. We also work with G&O Inc. G&O Inc. has an internship program. So actually, currently, our students are being paired with internships through a G&O Inc. initiative. We were just at Michoud a few weeks ago at a meeting with G&O Inc. and a number of aerospace and advanced manufacturing companies to talk about an aerospace and advanced manufacturing hub here in the Greater New Orleans area to institute that collaboration, inform our degree programs, course offerings, and student directions with the burgeoning industries in the region. So yes.
Ditto. Yes, we work very closely with our workforce development agencies, plural. We're kind of spread out up on the North Shore, so we work with Go Jobs and Tri-Parish Works as well, and of course St. Tammany Corp and Geno Inc. and all of the above. And they do inform us. They inform us as to kind of like a networking partner where they can help us get that foot in the door in an industry meeting. Where we can then be able to communicate, and they can communicate with us what their needs are, and we can tell them, where our students are in terms of their level. Just a quick shout out to Don because he helped us out with a recent Textron hiring event that they had in Slidell. And we had a group of electrical students from Lacombe that we took them over in a van, and they were able to actually get a personal meeting with the floor manager. So that's not every day that you get that. So thank you. That kind of experience is just incredible for students, and it really makes an impact. Another thing that we work with Tri-Parish Works on is every summer we do have a career exploration academy. And the students that go to that are typically students that are not enrolled in a program, right? They're older students usually. Maybe they're not quite sure what they want to do yet, and who can blame them because there are a lot of choices. But they'll come through our program, and much like the program that Dr. Tenney was talking about, they get to go around and see various types of programs and occupations, and they'll spend a couple of days in the advanced manufacturing lab, and we'll get a chance to do laser cutting and 3D printing and things like that. So it's just being exposed to the right people at the right place at the right time gives them an opportunity to see what's possible, just what's available out there.
Awesome. Awesome. I'd like you all to give our panelists a round of applause, and then we're going to open the floor up for some questions. Does anyone have a question for our panel? No questions? Not a one? All right. Well, I wanted to kind of again say thank you. This part of what we do on this particular day hopefully connects the dots for a lot of people, right? Because you guys coming behind business and industry on the panel, everything that you said has solidified what they see that they need, right? So we already can see that everything in this region is building, and it's building in the right direction. So if you're here, you're looking for a school home, we have 4 here. Come up and talk, go to their websites, start the application process. If you already have some form of schooling and you want to look at certifications or anything like that, or you're changing industries, please ask some questions, right? That's why we're here. That's why we do this event. And again, I want to say thank you.